So the project was about cantaloupes and trying to identify management practices that could increase performance and productivity in northern Nevada. No? And we integrated basically grafting and irrigation management as the main two techniques that we evaluated. What we did was establish some trials to evaluate a lot of rootstocks. We had 10 rootstocks that we evaluated so that we could see if some of these rootstocks can actually improve performance of cantaloupe in this area. We did that for 2 years, and at the same time we started doing irrigation trials, and then we did greenhouse trials also to fine-tune and understand better how plants respond to drought stress. I was in charge also of conducting all the research that we've done. So we've done research on farm trials that were in Fallon, Nevada, an hour east from here, and then also research here in the Ag Experiment Station, including DFI.
The Desert Farming Initiative, or DFI, is an applied agriculture program. We pursue a mission to support small farm resiliency in the state. So we worked with Dr. Felipe Barrios-Masias to bury soil sensors at different depths in the soil profile of our fruit and vegetable production beds, and then monitor soil moisture. This is technology that's not that new, but it's not used broadly in a small farm context. There's a lot more opportunity for it to be used in Nevada agriculture.
Based on that, we've also tried to expand to other crops, and tomato is a big one in this area for small or local producers, that have customers, in farmers markets, co-ops. So we've been working, for instance, with Holley family farms, to understand how their irrigation could be managed or a little bit tuned up, to reduce the amount of water applied, but still maintain the yields that they want.
We found that we were watering way too much. Our valley where we're at is one of the driest valleys in the Northern Hemisphere. 2 to 4 inches of moisture a year. We're in a very sandy valley. We can let the water run in one spot for a day and it doesn't look any different than if we let it run for an hour. That water just goes down into the soil. So we found out that we were able to cut our water use in the tomato tunnels by 50%. And in our case, it's not necessarily water savings, but it allows us to use that water elsewhere. And so we're able to take that water that was going down into the soil, not being utilized by the plants, and use it elsewhere and take the same volume of water and spread it around. And in our case, that's been a tremendous advantage to the research that's been done and the monitoring work with the water use.
All the work that we've done with irrigation, I think that is very relevant for cantaloupe in this area, but probably also for some other type of cucurbids in other states or other regions. And I think that with that, we've advanced how to manage irrigation with crops that can tolerate some drought stress, and that's been pretty exciting because we've been able to identify thresholds and also to demonstrate that in the field under these conditions in Reno, melons can do well with less water.
We're working with Dr. Barrios also to evaluate the benefits of grafted tomato plants. He's also working with melons, and what we've realized through applied research with Dr. Barrios is that we can get more than 60% higher yields off of each plant if they're on a grafted rootstock. We're doing that grafting in our nursery here. We're selling now grafted plants at a reduced wholesale price to other fruit and vegetable producers in Nevada.
So we've implemented a lot of grafted tomatoes into our operation, and I know other farms have purchased a lot of grafted tomatoes from DFI to implement into their farming operations. So the amount of increase in the food supply has been reflected proportionately from all these different farms.
In general, we could say grafting does help vegetable production. We've seen it for tomatoes, but actually for melons, it wasn't a game changer. Like we didn't really see a strong response of the cultivar that we used when it was grafted. So weather had a lot of effect on cantaloupe performance. So I think that our research is just one part of what grafting might or might not do, but it doesn't mean that grafting cannot help many different crops and also cantaloupe in other regions.
So this research is vital to the success of the ag industry in Nevada and across the US. I think it's imperative to involve working farms in research. That participation makes sure that we're answering questions that farmers have and that they need those answers to. And it also creates a realistic approach to research.
We researchers, we have a role to actually help answer some of those challenges and questions that farmers have. We have the capacity to conduct the research and to fail, no, if we want to, but we can also replicate our trials so that when we put something out there, at least we have the confidence to have done it in a way that has some statistical type of support, that the practice works or doesn't work.
I would encourage producers and researchers to apply for a Western SARE grant, whether it's in a specialty crop environment such as mine where you can increase production, reduce your costs of inputs and resources, or in a cattle ranching, grazing, forage production environment. Anytime you can increase your production or potentially reduce your resources utilized to do that, you stand to benefit. So the research is important.